Life. We started the organization in 2009. The reason, I must say, the reason why we started Shanti Life is definitely because we're passionate about the women that we work with in India. But also I spent about 15 years working with various charities all around the world, mostly in India and Africa. And I felt that so many charities weren't getting the money directly to the beneficiaries, and it really bothered me, and I spent a lot of time researching different ways of giving and different models that could be effective. So this is sort of the background to Shanti Life. This is James, he's also part of our team. So in the sense of women's empowerment, it brings a whole new story to the game when you look at how women in very remote villages in India actually live and how they work. The women that we really reach out to are extremely vulnerable. Most of them are illiterate. Many of them aren't allowed to leave their homes due to caste issues or family pressures. Yet these are the same people who have to be the glue for the family unit, and their responsibility is immense. So Shanti Life decided that we were going to help these women, we were going to try and empower them, but not through handouts. We were going to empower them to get out of poverty, become self-sustainable, and become really in charge and in control of how they want to live their lives and look after their families. The way in which we do this is based on really feedback from them. Of course, we had a vision when we went to work with them. We said, well, we think this might be appropriate. Well, after a lot of one-on-one meetings with them, we realized our vision of what we wanted to implement was we wanted to make them all entrepreneurs. We wanted to help them with their livelihoods. They said to us, so here's one of a woman who's worked with us to get the rickshaw for her husband to go to work. But we realized several of the women couldn't work because they had no access to sanitation. And actually, if you think about it, that's a very a horrible experience for them. Because there's no sanitation near their home, they often wait till it's late or dark at night, where they can walk several miles away to find a private place for them to go to the bathroom. I'm sure you've all heard the stories, the unfortunate stories about how some of those women were raped, how some of them were murdered. These are girls, these are women, these are grandmothers, but these are the pillars of the family. So when we started to look at working with them, they said, can you help us with sanitation and access to safe sanitation? So that's where we've started. Our second part of our project is really trying to help them create sustainable livelihoods. So the way that we've done it is we actually created a model around a pay-it-forward model. I'm sure you've all heard about microfinance. We want to make sure these women have access to resources. What does that mean? It means money, it means mentoring, it means training. And we do exactly that. We provide very, very low interest loans to these women, and these women all belong to federations, so they're not randomly engaging with us. They already belong to communities that look after each other. The low interest loans are given to them for two purposes, to build toilets near their homes, first of all, or to set up their small businesses. And I think the interesting thing that we provide that many organizations don't is we provide financial literacy training, because we don't give these loans just by handing out money. We actually open a bank account for them. The repayments are all done through the bank account. We help them understand financial literacy and savings, and we actually teach them about the check process so that they can actually own their own, whatever they earn should be their own and nobody else's. And the other thing that's interesting is once they pay the loan back, well, we don't take that money back into our pockets and put it into our pockets. What we do actually is we recycle it. So have any of you seen the Pay It Forward movie? And the idea is one person does something good and they give back to the next person. So as soon as a loan is repaid, it goes to the next woman in the community, and so on and so forth. Very quickly, this is a woman, Sakina Ben, in Gujarat. She's my age. She's 44. She has 9 children. She's a single mother. And she said, I'd like a loan so that I can actually buy a boat. The boat that she had holes in it. She's a prawn fisher, and for raising the money that she does, she's able to look after her entire family. We gave her the money to purchase this boat, and she paid back her loan within 6 months. This is the first woman to have the boat in her own name, not her husband's name. So that's quite remarkable, and she's quite an inspiration to me. The real impact in these types of scenarios are not just empowering the women themselves, but educating the rest of the community. What's been really effective with the dowry issue, for example, is now many families are saying, we will not let our daughter come to your home unless you have a toilet built in your home via Shanti Life. So that's quite a development, I do believe. We've helped them improve their health, their safety, their productivity, because now they're healthy, they can actually go to work. We've also helped them with their education and basic confidence, which is really, really important. So today, what's effective and exciting is that we have something called the local FCRA status. That allows us to actually give money directly to each woman in their hands, not through any middlemen, which is quite key for accountability and transparency. We've been invited to join the Indian Sanitation Task Force, and that was quite a prestigious position for us to be a stakeholder at the table with the important parties making decisions. And we're currently doing a third-party evaluation. We've affected about 2,500 people in the communities where we work, and we're here because we want to scale. We're very grateful to our funders to date, which include Microsoft, Clark's, and definitely the Golden Bottle Trust, who's been really, really supportive, as well as some high net worth individuals. So, James, I'll let you say some words.
Just to close, much has happened since Shanti Life has started. We know from on the ground, quantitative and qualitative research with the people we help, that the loans we provide work. We've proved the concept, we know it works, we've taken the financial risk ourselves, and now we feel confident with a model that lends directly to the beneficiary, that we have a product that works, delivers what it needs to work, and now we feel confident going out to people and saying we want to scale this, and we can only scale this with fundraising, so please do consider supporting. Thank you.